My story is very complicated, but I will summarize it. I was born an Anglican, grew up an Anglican of several generations. But then, on account of my exposure, in the course of my movement in life, I had been exposed to several other ministries and other influences. At the University of Ilorin, Adeboye was a lecturer. Adeboye was a mathematics lecturer at Ilorin. He was the one teaching us at the fellowship. And so, I gravitated towards him. He became like a mentor to me when he was still a pastor of the Redeemed Christian Church of God at Savoke Ilorin. Early in life, he mentored me to a point. When I was there also, Oyedepo was just a student of the Polytechnic Ilorin. I was sharing the same compound with the University of Ilorin there. He started a ministry at Ilorin Teachers College. I was there with my wife-to-be later. So I grew up. So when Winners Chapel started his ministry, I was there. I was exposed to him, close to him. Then he went to Kaduna. And when later on he came to Lagos to start Winners Chapel at New Era Road, I was part of the first 40 people that started the Winners Chapel there. We were sitting on police benches there. We were very young at that time. I knew all that. So I had been exposed to all this. And then I was exposed to W.F. Kumuyi as far back as 1970s. I had been there close to him, close to his ministry when Deeper Life was starting. So having been exposed to Adeboye, to Oyedepo, to Kumuyi and all that, eventually I got a job at Lagos State University and I was living in Badagry, staying with a cousin of mine who was very active in the Four Square Gospel Church. Because I lived in his house, we worshiped with them together. I was exposed to the Four Square Gospel Church. And then eventually I continued as a lecturer there. Incidentally, I now decided to say, okay, let me go to the Anglican Church ministry. I now was in the Anglican Church Seminary in Lagos Anglican Diocese Seminary at that time. And something very, very dramatic happened to me. I was gifted in evangelism. And then a church that I had been familiar with in 1973 invited me to come and minister. And it was during their harvest. And the man was into prophetic ministry. As soon as I finished ministering, the man embarrassed me. He took the microphone. He said, "Thus says the Lord. This young man has been appointed by the Lord as an apostle. I am asked to hand over this ministry to this young man, and I should go about on worldwide evangelism." I was just a guest minister, a young man in seminary, and this man made an announcement before everybody. I was embarrassed. And he said, "Come down, young man, let me pray for you." And I came down. He just, without telling me before, anointed me and prayed for me, and that was the end of the matter. 3 months after that, the man was on a crusade in Kaduna. He had a stroke. They flew him abroad. And when he went abroad, the church was now leaderless. I was in the seminary, a delegation came. Said, "We were there when they anointed you. This man has stroke now. We're not too sure about his condition of health. It's outside this country. Please come and take over this place." I resisted, and God said, "Go." So I got there, and I became a general overseer. I had to suspend my seminary training. Eventually, I went back to Archbishop Vine in Akure later on. And for my ceremony, I was already a professor when I went to Vine at that time. So I had to take it up as an evangelist.